Over 60. If you love leftovers, this episode could save you a nasty night. Some foods get riskier every time they cool and reheat because of the way bacteria spores and delicate fats behave. Today I'll show you the 7 common leftovers most likely to turn toxic fast, what that actually means, the science behind it, and exactly how to reheat safely so you can keep enjoying good food without fear. Stick with me to the end for a simple fridge door checklist that makes leftovers almost foolproof. I'm your friendly food-first health scientist. Everything here is educational, not medical advice. Always use your judgment and talk with your clinician if you're immunocompromised, pregnant on medications that affect your immune system, or recovering from GI issues. Food safety is healthcare at home, especially after 60. Before the countdown, let's demystify the word toxic. In kitchen talk, toxic usually means one of 3 things. 1, harmful germs multiply when food sits too long at warm temperatures. 2, heat-stable toxins, like some produced by Bacillus cereus or staph, remain even after reheating. And 3, delicate nutrients and fats degrade with repeated heating, producing off flavors and in fish oils oxidation products that can irritate the gut. Most risks come from time-temperature abuse, not from the ingredient itself. So our goal isn't fear, it's control. Here's the 3-rule cheat sheet that protects nearly every leftover in your kitchen. Rule number 1, the 2-hour rule. Cooked food should be in the refrigerator within 2 hours, 1 hour if it's a hot day, or your kitchen is above 90 degrees. Don't let foods coast on the counter. Rule number 2, the 2-inch rule. Store leftovers in shallow containers no deeper than about 2 inches. Shallow equals faster cooling, and fast cooling shuts down bacterial growth. Rule number 3, the 160 degrees rule. When you reheat, get the entire dish to a safe 165 degrees. Stir midway, cover to trap steam, and let it rest a minute so the heat equalizes. A $10 digital thermometer is the best insurance in your drawer. All right, our top 7. We'll count down from number 7 to number 1, giving you the why, the science, and the safer method for each. Number 7, eggs and egg dishes, quiches, casseroles, breakfast bakes. Why they go wrong. Eggs are protein-rich and hold moisture, perfect for bacteria if they cool slowly or sit out at brunch. Dishes like quiche are thick in the center, which means the middle can linger in the danger zone, roughly 40 to 140 degrees, longer than you think. The science, salmonella is the classic concern with undercooked eggs, but for leftovers we worry more about any bacteria surviving and multiplying as the dish cools. Dense pies cool slowly. Uncovered storage can also invite cross-contamination. Safer method, slice large bakes into wedges to cool quickly. Store in shallow containers within 2 hours. Reheat covered at 325 to 350 degrees in the oven until the center reaches 165 degrees, or microwave on medium power, in short bursts, rotating and checking temperature. Eat within 3-4 days. If the dish looks weepy, rubbery, or smells sulfurous, skip it. Quality drop often signals poor handling. Number 6, leafy greens and beets, spinach chard, kale, beet greens. Why people worry. You've probably heard never reheat spinach. It turns poisonous. That's an exaggeration. The real risk is not nitrates magically becoming deadly. It's poor cooling and storage that allow bacteria to grow on tender, moist greens. Listeria and others can survive in the refrigerator, especially if food went in too warm. The science, nitrates can convert to nitrites under certain conditions, but the main home kitchen hazard is still time-temperature abuse. Reheating multiple times also degrades flavor and vitamins. Safer method. If you sautéed a big batch, spread it on a tray to steam off heat, then pack shallow and chill promptly. Reheat only once quickly and eat the same day if possible for best taste. Cold leftover spinach folded into an omelet or tossed into a chilled grain bowl can be a better choice than reheating again. When in doubt, use your nose and eyes. Slimy or sour means no. Number 5, mushrooms. Why the myth? Reheating mushrooms makes them toxic. The truth. Properly handled mushrooms are fine. They're not time bombs. The risk is spoilage. When they sit warm or wet, and proteins and enzymes in mushrooms can change texture and flavor with repeated heating, which may upset sensitive stomachs. The science, mushrooms are high in water and some amino acids. Enzymatic changes plus bacterial growth during slow cooling can create off flavors and GI-unfriendly byproducts. Safer method: cook what you'll eat. If you do have leftovers, cool fast, store, shallow, and reheat once gently. High heat can make them rubbery and encourages you to keep reheating to correct texture. Consider repurposing cold mushrooms in a vinaigrette or slicing them into a chilled salad with grains and herbs. If they turned dark, slimy, or smell swampy, toss them. Number 4. Fish and shellfish. Why they're tricky: seafood is delicate. Leaving it warm too long allows bacteria to grow, and certain fish can develop histamine scombroid toxin if temperature abuse happened before you even cooked it. No amount of reheating destroys histamine, it's heat stable. Repeated high heat also oxidizes omega-3 fats, creating off odors and gut irritating compounds. The science: histamine forms, in some species like tuna mackerel, when bacteria break down histidine in the flesh at warm temps. Once formed, it stays. For cooked leftovers, the main home risk is spoilage bacteria, as the fish cools slowly, plus fat oxidation during aggressive reheats. Safer method: buy from reputable sources. Refrigerate raw seafood promptly. After cooking, cool quickly and eat within 24-48 hours. Reheat once gently, add a spoon of water or broth, cover, and warm on low until 165°F in the thickest part. Better yet, enjoy cold flake salmon over greens, turn shrimp into a chilled cocktail, or fold cod into a yogurt dill salad. Number 3. Chicken and turkey. Why they bite back: poultry leftovers are notorious. Because thick cuts and uneven microwaves can leave cold pockets where bacteria survive. Dark meat retains heat differently than breast meat. Stuffing adds density that cools slowly. The science: pathogens like Salmonella and Campylobacter are killed by adequate cooking, but if the bird cools slowly, surviving spores or contaminants can multiply. Microwaves heat from the outside in and can skip dense spots unless you stir or redistribute. Safer method: debone large pieces before storing. Slice or shred to increase surface area for fast cooling. Always refrigerate within 2 hours. When reheating, add a splash of broth, cover to trap steam, stir or flip halfway, and confirm 165°F everywhere with a thermometer. Gravies and sauces should reach a rolling simmer. Avoid reheating more than once. Portion out only what you'll eat. Number 2. Baked potatoes in foil. Why they're on this list: a whole baked potato wrapped in foil and left at room temperature can create a low oxygen pocket where Clostridium botulinum spores can produce botulinum toxin, the same toxin that makes botulism so dangerous. You can't see, smell, or taste it. The science: botulism risk is associated with anaerobic warm environments. Foil can trap the potato in an oxygen-poor condition as it cools slowly. Once toxin forms, reheating may not reliably destroy it at typical home temperatures. Safer method: if you love foil-wrapped potatoes, remove the foil immediately after baking to let steam escape. Eat promptly or cool fast. Cut open fluff and refrigerate within 2 hours in a shallow container. Reheat to 165°F and serve hot. Skip keeping foil-wrapped potatoes warm on the counter for later. Move them to the fridge or keep them above 140°F if held for serving. Number 1. Cooked rice and fried rice leftovers. Why rice is the king of tricky leftovers. Rice often contains Bacillus cereus spores that survive cooking. If rice sits warm, those spores can germinate and produce toxins that are heat stable. You can't cook them back to safety. This is a classic cause of late night "I must have eaten something bad" episodes. The science: B. cereus produces emetic vomit-inducing toxins in starchy foods left in the danger zone. Once formed, they resist reheating. Fried rice is especially risky because big batches may stay warm on the stove or buffet longer than you think. Safer method: as soon as you finish cooking, spread rice in a thin layer on a tray or move to shallow containers. Refrigerate within 1 hour if possible. Reheat only once to 165°F. Add a splash of water, cover, and steam thoroughly. Eat rice leftovers within 24 hours for best safety and quality. If rice has been on the counter for more than 2 hours or looks clumpy and dry with a stale odor, don't risk it. Quick myth bust. Lightning round. What's generally fine to reheat if handled properly? Soups and stews. Great reheaters. Cool fast, divide into shallow containers. Reheat to a bubbling simmer. Plain pasta and grains. Safe if chilled quickly. Add a little water and heat until steaming hot. Roasted veggies, usually okay, but texture can suffer. Reheat in the oven so they crisp rather than steaming to mush. What's not worth reheating repeatedly, deep-fried takeout. Each heat cycle drives oil oxidation, stale flavors, and gut irritation. If you reheat once, use a hot oven or air fryer, and then be done. Now, how do you make all of this effortless, especially if you're busy or you don't want to fuss with a thermometer every time? Use this simple fridge door framework I give my patients and clients. C. Cool fast move cooked food to shallow containers within 2 hours. For large pots, divide into smaller portions, or use an ice bath in the sink to bring temps down quickly. Heat thoroughly reheat to 165 degrees F. In the microwave, cover the dish, stir halfway, and let it rest a minute before checking temperature. For ovens, cover with a lid or foil to trap steam, then uncover to finish if you want crisp edges. I isolate raw from cooked. Keep raw meats on the lowest fridge shelf. Use separate cutting boards. Cross-contamination is the stealth hazard that ruins perfectly cooled leftovers. Label and limit label with the date. Eat most leftovers within 3 to 4 days. Seafood within 1 to 2 days. Rice ideally within 24 hours. Limit to 1 reheat. Look, smell when in doubt, leave it out. If the texture, color, or smell is off, don't negotiate with it. Senior Smart reheating tips to make life easier and safer: pre-portion dinners. Instead of storing one giant casserole portion into single meal containers so you only reheat what you'll eat. This avoids reheat-cool reheat cycles. Add moisture back. A tablespoon of broth or water plus a cover prevents hot spots and dryness, so you can stop reheating before overcooking. Stir the middle. Especially with rice pasta bakes, and poultry, stirring redistributes the cold spots. Use lower microwave power. Medium or 70% power for more minutes, heats more evenly than blasting at 100%, better for safety and texture. Keep a small thermometer in a mug near the microwave. If it's visible, you'll actually use it. Make a leftover lane in the fridge. One front and center shelf spot for items you need to eat next. Older items move to the front. New ones go to the back of that lane. Let's do a rapid recap in 20 seconds. Toxic leftovers aren't cursed ingredients. They're foods that were cooled too slowly, stored too long, or reheated unevenly. Your 3 shields are the 2-hour rule, the 2-inch rule, and the 165 degrees F rule. The 7 foods to handle with extra care are egg dishes, leafy greens, and beets, mushrooms, fish and shellfish, chicken, and turkey, foil-wrapped baked potatoes, and cooked rice. Use CHILL to make it automatic. If this helped, tap. Like so YouTube shows it to other seniors who cook at home. Comment. Safe. If you want my free 1-page leftovers playbook with times, temps, and a printable checklist. And tell me which of the 7 surprised you most. Before you go, here's your food first next step. Plan: cook once, eat twice with safety baked in. Day 1, roast salmon and vegetables. Immediately chill half the salmon flaked over a grain bowl base for a cold lunch tomorrow. Day 1. Bake potatoes without foil or remove foil right after baking. Store cut open. Day 1, make brown rice, chill it fast on a tray. Then portion and freeze what you won't eat in 24 hours. These tiny tweaks keep nutrients high, flavors great, and your gut happy. In our next episode, I'll show you 5 reheating methods that actually improve flavor and texture, so your healthy leftovers taste like they were cooked fresh. Subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss it. And remember, better leftovers aren't luck. They're a habit you can master in 1 week. Stay safe, stay well, and I'll see you in the kitchen.